Hey, Tech Writing peeps, we're wrapping up week 6. And as promised, I wanted to continue showing you some other ways, the rest of the tricks you need to know to format your field guides correctly. So I'm just going to dive right into that as well. I'm going to just get into the screen, and you should be seeing this. What we're doing is we're taking this this chart, this field guide, and making it so it's landscape and it's formatted along the way that we hope things might look here. And again, I'm just going to call this up so you can see that real quick. And again, this is a different student's field guide as well. But again, you notice everything's again in landscape format. It all fits on one page, and we've got the references. He had source references as well, but you've got box around each different section. You have major things separated as well. We've got use of color. So I just wanted to show you how we would go about doing some of these things. So what we've done is we started, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. So we had started taking these categories and moving them into this blank field guide here. And so we do this, we begin moving the categories from this document, sorry, to this document. And once we get all that done, what we come up with is this, and I've completed that as well. So so we've got all the, obviously it's not complete, but so we've got all the data there that we need. So first thing we need to do is probably align everything. So we want, we've got everything highlighted as well. And so we center that as well. We want to align it up and down or vertical. We can also get into where it says layout. So you get into layout, got everything highlighted. You get into page setup here, and you've got margins, things like that layout. We want to change the vertical alignment to center, so everything is centered as well. We want to apply that to the whole document, and we do that, and things should be centered up and down in the columns as well as vertically as well. So then we want to maybe change the color. There are a couple of different ways to do this. I'll just show you the easiest way to do it. You just get on your home, you highlight what you want, and then you pick a color. And let's just say we want to do an easy on the eye color. So we'll do that as well. We want maybe a little bit of difference between the colors in this. So we might make that a little bit gray and might make these vertically. We might keep that gray as well, but however we want to do it as well. Now, some people, so you got different sections for, so you can just identify the different areas as well. So some people go an extra step. You don't have to do this, but some people will shade alternate lines of their text so that you don't get confused. Because you know, if you're looking on a chart, you're looking here, you're looking here. Sometimes it's easy to get the lines confused. So some people will go ahead and shade alternating lines so you don't get confused on which line that you're on. That's not necessary. It's a nice to do thing, but it's really not required. So we've got colored, we've got colors, we've got alternating lines as well. Then we want to make clear distinction between the different areas. So you see here, we've got this, each of these is different, and then there are boxes around the major sections as well. So you can do this as you like, but let's just go ahead and for our purposes, I'm going to do it the easiest way I can, which is table design. So you want to get on border styles. You want to make them a little bit thicker. So let's maybe make them black. You can make them in other colors as well. You got border styles. Let's make them maybe a little bit thicker. Let's try 3-point. See that as well. And then you just click on border painter. And then every line that you click on is going to get, shoot. If you don't like something, remember you press Control Z and it goes back. So I want to do that. So I just click on that area and that's highlighted as well. Now, you know, and maybe I didn't want to do that, but in this case, I'm just drawing these as well. So you got different category distinctions between these categories as well. And this might be a little too heavy. You might want to do a little bit lighter. Some people might want to do a different color. But again, we're in here, we've made our things thicker using border painter. And the big thing I want is distinctions, or that, not that I want, but that makes things easier to use visually, is this section distinctions between the 3 sections as well. So you do that. Some people are still having problems getting things to fit on one page, and you need to be kind of economical when you do that with your words. So, but you can also change your font size. And remember, different fonts take up different sizes as well. So, for example, if we go back to home, and we change, I want to get out of this. I want to highlight everything. And if we change our font to maybe, let's try, I'm going to type in Book Antiqua, and you notice this takes up a little bit less space because to get the technical things, different characters take up different space. Like an I takes up less space than a U or an M. And what this font is it makes variation between the spaces depending on the font. And so you might want to, so this is all 11, but if you want to make the content of your text maybe a little smaller, maybe like 10, and you can even make these smaller, make that about 10. I don't know if you want to get, you might want to get a little bit smaller, 9 as well. But see what I'm doing? I'm changing the font and I'm messing with the size of it. So we're trying to let things fit in a little bit more. Now, some people might want to include graphics, which are kind of nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a browser window here. And I'll bring it over here. And I'll get into free clip art coaches whistle. Say, it helps if I spell whistle correctly. And so, oh, there's a nice little picture. Maybe I'll save that image to my pictures of my desktop, and I'll call it whistle. And maybe I want to insert that in there. So in my home, we'll insert a picture from this device. It should take me to my pictures. And we'll go to whistle. And it's going to be way too big, obviously. So we want to make it much smaller so it all fits there on the page as well. And so that's a nice thing to do as well. Another thing that you can do is make what's called a watermark, which is, if you look at this sample field guide here, this guy liked chickens and monkeys, but the idea of you've got someone on a typewriter writing, you could insert a watermark there as well. If you want to know how to do it, I'll let you know how to do it, but it's a helpful thing as well. The other thing I'll note is a lot of people had questions about textbook references. If you have references, that's fine. If you don't have text references, and you got that information from somewhere else, you can make it on a source page, and then you could have these listed as well, the tiny URLs, which I believe I've shown you how to use in a video. If you don't know how to use tiny URLs, let me know as well. Another thing you can do is just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, source 1, source 2, source 3, source 4, source 5, and then turn in a separate reference page if you want to do that. And you can turn in a separate reference page as well. And again, nothing exciting, but just showing you some of the techniques you can use to format this and make it a little bit easier design-wise visually. Looking at this, I don't really like these vertical lines as well. So I would go back through and I would get rid of these vertical lines. But so you have separate boxes for what is overall your different categories, your different kinds of writing, and then a separate section for each kind of writing, and disciplinary, educational, athletic, or all together as well. Again, just little ways to use visual stuff to make things work. Hope this is helpful. If not, let's pretend it was. Anyway, thanks. I look forward to seeing what you come up with. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye now.